Not too long ago here on the channel, we took a look at this folding buck saw from Gerber, the Gerber Freescape camp saw. And in the comment sections of that video, had several people tell me that it looked like Gerber had borrowed the design from the Boreal 15 from the folks at Agawa. I'm not sure how you say it, but it's A-G-A-W-A. So in the interest of being fair and ethical, I reached out to the folks at Agawa and asked them about that. And they were kind enough to send me one of their Boreal 15 saws, and actually one of their larger Boreal 21s. And we talked a little bit about the borrowing of the design. And so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a look at the Boreal saws and maybe compare them to this Gerber saw. And we'll talk a little bit about that design thing as well coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So as I said, the folks actually both the folks at Gerber and the folks at Agawa were kind enough to send me these saws so I could show them to you. And like I said, you know me, I'm not really big on creating a bunch of drama, so I try to avoid that. But we are going to compare these and see, because they are very similar, and I don't know if there could be a big difference in folding buck saw designs. But either way, we're going to take a look at them and let you make the decision for yourself as to which one you think is best. We're going to do some actual cutting with them. Before we do that, I got to, as always, say thanks to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for sponsoring these Sharp Saturday videos, and Big Daddy Unlimited's membership site that lets you save money if you buy stuff. And if you can get your first month's membership for just 99 cents by going to survivalonpurpose.com/BDU. And if they do a good enough job and you save enough money and you decide to stick around, then they'll throw me a couple of bucks for introducing you. So it's a win-win for everybody. So anyway, that's survivalonpurpose.com/BDU. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. So now let's take a look at these saws. So first of all, I'll put a link in the video description, and maybe you want right up here to the Gerber video. You can go check that out if you want all the details, because we're not going to talk about this Gerber a lot other than just to kind of compare it. I've already done that. But let's talk about these saws. These are the Boreal folding saws. This is the 15 and this is the 21. So obviously the 21 is bigger. You knew that, didn't you? Let's talk about them. They're easy opening. They open in seconds, and I'm going to take you down to the old stump top in a minute and show you that. They have automatic blade tensioning, no loose parts. You don't have to touch the blade when you open and close it, which is cool. Again, I'm going to show you that in a minute. They have a high clearance frame for large, be able to cut large logs, and they're really ergonomically designed. And they feature an anodized 6063 aluminum frame, fiberglass reinforced nylon handle, all stainless steel hardware, and hardened and coated blades. Talk about the 15 first. This is a 15, and it is 15 inches long, and it weighs 15 ounces. So that's pretty cool, 1 ounce per inch. And that's for those of you still stuck in that old metric system, like they probably are up there in Canada, where these things come from. I think they come from Canada. They are a 38 centimeters long and 435 grams. Then the 21 inches. Yep, 21 inches, but it doesn't weigh 21 ounces. It only weighs 18 ounces, so you get a little more length for your buck there, which is 53 centimeters to 530 grams. So there you go. That's kind of the specs. Let me take you down to the old stump top. We'll show you how these things fold out and work, and we'll get to doing some of that saw stuff. Okay, I forgot to tell you, the folks at Agawa, that's how you spell it. I don't know how you say it, but that's how you spell it. We're kind enough also to send me their optional sheaths that they have available. Slide right in, nice Cordura nylon sheaths with snap on them, and a couple of different ways you can lash this to your pack, or I guess you could hang it on your belt if you wanted to. You could say half saw will travel, but just show you how these things work. So you said you don't have to touch the blade, and it's automatic tensioning. If you open it up with this hand, grab this with this hand, and just go around like so. A notch on the handle like so, and then you simply snap it down. Automatic tensioning, and there it is. So that's the 15. Now, just to compare, let's compare the Gerber. Here's how the Gerber goes. You open it up like so. Pull it around, you grab the blade like so. You gotta hold the blade here. You got a little hook in there that could get that other hinge there, hooks in there, and this pops up like so. So I spoke with the guys at Agawa and about that design difference, and they said when this Gerber came out, they talked about that briefly and looked at it, and they decided there's enough of a design difference, enough of differences, they weren't really going to push it. And you know, obviously, you know, you can there's only so much you can do with a folding bow saw, so they thought that this was theirs was significantly different from theirs and from Gerber's, and they didn't really push it. So and if you can look at them together, you can see they are significantly different. The the Gerber space here is a lot shorter than the space here on this bow saw, so the vertical height is a lot higher on the Agawa, which means you're going to be able to cut a larger piece of wood with it, because you've got more space here for the log to fit. So that's just plain basic common sense there. So, and then you've got the little tab there on Gerber. So, and as you see, there are some differences. Like you have to touch the blade. You don't have to touch the cutting part, but you do have to kind of grab hold of the blade and touch it for the Gerber. And then you got to make sure this little tab's out of the way when you fold it up, and then it snaps on like that. I like that because it's self-contained. You don't have to worry about it opening up on you. Whereas this one, here's how you do that. You just open up like so. Hold it like so. That goes on the back of the blade. Goes around like that. That slides in there. And that goes like that. So there's no snap there, but there's enough tension. It doesn't really want to come open. So pretty good there. So, and then if I can do it without actually having the camera in the way, not bad. So 21 goes exactly the same way, it's just bigger. So let's do some soft stuff. Okay, I've got what is about, we'll call this one 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches or so right here of some really hard privet. Some really hard wood. So we're gonna start with the Gerber, and there's not 3.5 inches there. I believe it's like 2.5 inches, if I remember correctly. Let's just see how well the Gerber does on this one with this blade. So we're right there, barely made it. We got to come down here a little bit, and it worked pretty decent, not too bad. Now this has a different blade on it, and I don't remember the name of that blade, but I'll put it in on text on the screen here. So this is a aggressive blade, I call it. So let's just see how well it does. We're going to cut a little shave off there. See if it does better, because we're going to be able to get a longer full stroke the whole way. So let's just see. Whew, my arm's getting tired of some hard wood. Okay, so I can't really say for sure if one was faster than the other, because could be I'm just tireder after the second time. They both cut great. So, and the extra space here, honestly, probably helped. Again, I couldn't tell because I'm tireder the second time. Let's try the 21. Okay, whew, I'm tired, so we can measure this now anyway. You can see it's just about 4 inches at its maximum diameter there. So, and it is, by golly, hard as a rock. Hear that, man? This is, I think it's privet. It's some really hard stuff. So let's talk about, kind of wrap this thing up. Once again, here's the Gerber 15. Here's the Boreal 15. They both cut just fine. This has got an all-purpose blade on it. This has got their I have to, again, a special blade, and this is a 21, and the price on the Gerber is somewhere around 60 bucks. The price on either one of these somewhere around 60, 70 bucks. The Self Reliance Outfitters is a great place to buy these. Dave Canterbury's place over there, he's got both these on there. This comes in green and orange. Do I think they ripped off, the Gerber ripped off the design? No, I really don't. Honestly, I'm just being straight with you. It's a folding buck saw. How many different versions of a folding buck saw can you have with some kind of clamp on it? I'll be completely honest with you. I like the design of the Boreal better because it doesn't have that little hook on it that you got to fiddle with every time. Like this, you know, this little hook right here is what I'm talking about. That little hook right there. You have to fiddle with that and get it in place every time. You do have to touch the blades with your hands, so there's an opportunity to get hurt there. And then you kind of get that thing, you got to get that in there and put it in there. And then, but once that's done, it's fine. I like the, and this is how it folds up. Same thing, you got to touch the blade back of it, fold this around like that. And then also that little thing constantly is in, you got to make sure it's in the right place. And I like that snaps shut like that, and you don't really need a sheath for it. That's pretty cool. But honestly, what could be simpler than this? You just hold that like that, fold it around like that, and fold that up like that, and you're good to go. Now, the Gerber is smaller. I mean, if absolutely compactness and is your number one criteria, then you know the Gerber's definitely probably, it is. Well, not probably. It's 2.5 inches shorter. It's also a little thinner this way. It's definitely more compact. This one's a little easier to use in my opinion, and it gives you that extra height for you can cutting bigger stuff. But if size is not your, compactness is not your primary criteria, I'd say get the 21 because it's really almost the same price. Maybe $5 more bucks or $10 more bucks somewhere than the 15. But I mean, you got a full-size folding bow saw, and I really like that. And let's see if I can fold this one up without getting cut or doing anything. And there it is. So pretty cool. So hopefully this has answered any questions you might have had about these saws. I gotta say they all work great. The Gerber worked just as good as the rest of them. It may have, you may have a little advantage. You do have a little advantage on being able to cut something a little bit bigger with this one. At least you get a longer stroke. And man, the 21 is absolutely head and shoulders above this one or this one as far as capability. So, but they're all great. I think they all work really well, and they're all a great addition. Be something good to have as far as having a good saw, because as much as I like a Baco or a Silky, they're pretty much limited. This gives you a lot more capability to cut bigger stuff. All these do. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Again, thanks to the folks both at Gerber and Agawa, however you say it, for sending me these saws so I can show them to you and put them to the test. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I really appreciate your support. Once again, my name's Brian. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.